For watching. Today I'm working more on my stock market tool. Before I get started, I'm going to go over what I've done so far and what I'm going to be doing in this stream and what my goals are moving forward. So just to start, I began this project at the beginning of the year, and here are my goals for the project. So the first goal is beat the S&P 500 by a significant margin in all regimes. Also, in all regimes, I should be making money. So if we have a recession going on, like we did in 2022, not only do I don't want to be beating the S&P 500 but losing money. I still want to be making money. Now, it doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be crazy returns during a recession, but it should be robust enough so that I'm getting returns no matter what, and it should be good enough so that I'm beating the S&P when the S&P is in a bull market. Now I'm writing this in Python code, so my secondary goal I have for this project is to generalize all the Python code I have and make it into a tool that anyone can use. One of the requirements on the tool is that everything should be free. So I'm using free data sources. Today I'm going to be pulling data from the SEC Edgar database. Once the script is working, you're going to be able to get the script for yourself. And that's kind of the goal, is everything is going to be free here. So this is the outline for my strategy. So I have stock data, open, high, low, close, and volume for every stock that's been listed in the market going back to 2011. To avoid survivorship bias, I'm including all stocks that have been delisted in the data set. So for instance, if something was listed in 2013 and then it went out of the stock market in 2017, that's included in my data. So the first step is to isolate a universe of interesting stocks from the data. So you don't want to train the model on everything. You don't want things like penny stocks or stocks with really low volume. Those are going to throw the model off. And there's also all sorts of different strategies you can incorporate into your universe to try to get better returns. And so that's the first step, is I have data. Now isolate a universe from this data. Once I have a universe isolated, I'm going to use this data to train a returns model. And the returns model should predict kind of any features like log return, forward log return, things like that. Log return relative to the average, log return relative to SPY, all sorts of things. And then once I have a really good returns model, I'm going to talk about the metrics which define it being good in a second here. I'm going to plug this into a portfolio model, which is going to use macro data like the volatility index, the moving average of the S&P 500, and also treasury rates, and anything else I can find. And this level is going to kind of handle the returns model and size positions according to this will handle the sizings of positions. This will predict returns for every single stock. So like I said, I began working on this at the beginning of the year. These are my results from January. So I was starting out with data from NASDAQ. That's good because it's free, so it's in line with my first goal, or one of my goals. However, you're going to have to download a new CSV for every stock for every day. And it's also a little bit difficult to get stocks which have been delisted from the market. So I needed to go to a better data source. I found this really good database, which includes, like I said, open, high, low, close, and volume on a daily basis for every stock going back to 2011. If you're interested in this data, you can get it in the description, the DoltHub link. DoltHub's basically like GitHub for data. You could also go to my GitHub for this project, and I have instructions for installing it there. So basically you need Dolt on your computer, and then you just need to run a few scripts, and you can get all of this onto your computer. So the next thing I did was look at a basic analysis. Basically, this is very rudimentary. Here in black, I'm comparing fundamentals for different stocks. So in this case, beverage stocks, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and Keurig Dr. Pepper. I also looked at how are different stocks performing in a sector. So these are functions, you could kind of make them work on any sector. Just feed it the tickers you want, and you can look at the relative performance. So this is kind of interesting, but it's going to be hard to automate. So this is really a qualitative analysis. I wanted something quantitative, so I don't need to analyze endless charts every day. So the next step, I built a light gradient boosting method model. This is a really standard model for stock data. It works really well on stock data because it handles missing values really well. It works well on really large data sets, which I have since I'm using all data going back to 2011. And it works really well on time series data. So I got this model. I made some adjustments to it, and I was able to get about 51.5% directional accuracy on the return. So picking whether stocks are going to go up or down each day. I incorporated this into a portfolio model, and I did find a strategy which works really well. You can see here how it's performing relative to the S&P 500 in magenta, my model's in green. But if you look at the Sharpe ratio for different strategies, number of positions is on the x-axis, Sharpe ratio is on the y-axis. You want a Sharpe ratio above 1 in order for the model to be usable. And the only one that's getting a Sharpe ratio above 1 is if I'm picking one stock per day. So this is a first indicator that the model is fragile and not robust. I then tried thresholding it. So this model is actually predicting probability of going up. So if I'm thresholding it at 50%, buy everything that has over a 50% probability of going up. I had the Sharpe ratio just below 1. If I increase the threshold, I was able to get a really high Sharpe ratio above 2.5 if I'm thresholding at 54%. But if I increase the threshold by one more to 55%, it's not making any picks. And so the fact that if I increase the threshold by just 1 percentage point, it's not making any picks, and also the fact that I'm only picking one stock per day, these indicate this is a really fragile model. So I needed something a lot more robust if I'm going to use my own money in it. So the next step, so this is where I was at this is my accomplishment from January. And so the next step was I needed to go through and try all sorts of different features, all sorts of different targets, all sorts of different universes, all sorts of different portfolios, and find something that really is working well. And so originally this code here, everything I did, I needed to write a new script every time I wanted to change how I'm getting the universe, every time I trained the model differently, and every time I incorporated a new portfolio strategy. This quickly blew up to dozens of files. Before long, it was going to be hundreds of files, and it wasn't really going to be usable for me very easily, and it definitely wasn't going to be usable for anyone else, which negates my second goal. So I spent February cleaning up the model, putting it into a really concise, flexible class that will be easy to update in the future. And so these are all the features and targets that I incorporated into the new cleaned up version of the model. And so once I had this, I knew I could go through and basically try anything I wanted. So the first step was adding all features to the model and predicting log returns for the day. You can see here my directional accuracy dropped from 51.5 to 50.8%, so it actually was performing worse. And it actually turns out that directional accuracy isn't the best indicator of a successful model. So I tried all sorts of different things, and I arrived here at what was a really good model. And so instead of looking at the directional accuracy of the model, it's a lot more meaningful to look at these metrics. So skip the first two, but you want to look at the information coefficient, the standard deviation of the information coefficient to information ratio, both on a daily and annual basis, and then the t-statistic. So the first value, the information coefficient, is telling you how good your model is, basically, how applicable is the information your model is predicting. And if it's above 0.01 to 0.02, you have a really good model. But you don't want a model that's just getting good returns but really volatile. So these other four indicators are really looking at how stable the model is. So you want to hit the threshold on every indicator. And this model was beating the threshold by a significant margin on every indicator. So I got this about a little over a week and a half ago. I went through and tried all sorts of ways of improving this model. I did find some improvements. And once I incorporated everything, you can see here, that I was able to improve the results substantially. So this is where I was at last Friday. I thought I was in a really good spot, and I said that over the weekend I'm going to clean this up, write code for paper trading, and by this morning I would be paper trading the model. However, Friday night when I was looking at this model, I changed the test training split. So I was training on the first 60% of the data, validating on the next 20%, and testing on the final 20%. When I changed this to train on the first 50%, validate on the next 15%, and test on the last 35%, this seriously degraded the performance of the model. And I went from beating it on every metric to barely beating it on any metrics. And so this caused a lot of concerns. And I thought, okay, this model isn't as robust as I thought it was. So I needed to do a more in-depth analysis. If I'm splitting it differently, why is it performing worse? So this is all, what I've done to this point is all training a single model. So Saturday I incorporated a walk forward analysis and basically said, let's take 6-year chunks of data. On the first 4 years, that's going to be my training data. The 5th year is going to be the validation data for tuning hyperparameters. And the last year of the grouping of 6 years is going to be my test data. So since it goes back to 2011, that means I'm starting with 2016. And you see, if you look at the information coefficient, keep in mind I want to get here 0.01 to 0.02. I'm getting this on every year until 2021. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, it's performing really well. Suddenly in 2022, it drops off and I'm getting 0.08 for the information coefficient. It recovered in 2023, dropped off again in 24, below the threshold I'm looking for, and recovered again in 2025. But even in 23 and 25, when it's recovered, you could see that the performance is clearly worse than it was between 2016 and 2021. And so what this means is, the other key here is if I'm looking at the annualized information coefficient to information ratio, even though that has a similar drop off, I'm still hitting the metric that I want for every single year. And so this indicates that the model's two things. The model's getting worse after 2021. And the other thing it's showing is that even though the model's getting not giving sufficient returns anymore in recent years, in the past few years, 4 years, it still has the stability I'm looking for. And so this indicates, I need to improve the model, but I don't need to go crazy. I need to basically squeeze out a little bit more performance out of it. And so there's two things you can really do here that I can really do here. The first thing is incorporating fundamental data. The problem with this is my fundamental data from the data set that's linked in the description, that only goes back to 2016. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I don't have fundamental data for every ticker. And so what this means is that I'm going to have to go through and find a way better data set for fundamental data. Even though the price data set's really good, the fundamental data isn't quite there. So I need a better data set somehow. I wasn't able to find a data set that's easy to download. So you can get all of the fundamental data going back to like 2000 or 1998 or something like that from the SEC Edgar database. But that's going to be a seriously huge endeavor. Another thing I could do, which is actually a lot simpler, is just incorporate sector data into the model. And what this is going to do is it's going to give me an extra feature. It'll be my only categorical feature. And so with another feature, there's a good chance the model's going to improve performance. But even better, I can normalize everything across the sector. So one thing you can do is say, for each feature, not just look at the raw values of the feature, but look at how the feature is compared to the rest of the tickers in the database. And like you could do the same for the target. So if you're looking at, say, forward log returns, trying to predict the return 10 days out into the future, 10 days is 2 weeks of trading days, 5 trading days per week. So if you're trying to predict the return 10 days out into the future, you can also normalize it against all stocks in the database. So, what's the return relative to the average? You could also do what's the return relative to the index, so SPY. But a much more useful thing to do is what's the return relative to the other stocks in the sector. And so these two things I think will improve my model significantly. And since I don't need a huge improvement, I just need to squeeze a little bit of performance out of it. There's a good chance this will be sufficient. So when I was going through and looking at sector data, I was missing a little under this. I'm saying I'm getting it for less than 50%. I was actually getting it for over 50%. But if you look here, there are 12,770 tickers, and 5674 are returning a sector of unknown. And this, again, just like the fundamental data, all of the sector information is available in the SEC Edgar database. There are a few problems, though. One is that my naming isn't, the naming I have in the data set isn't the same as the naming convention in the SEC Edgar database. The other thing is that the SEC Edgar database has a really easy way to look up the sector information for stocks that are currently listed, but for stocks that have been delisted, it's really hard to get the information. So yesterday I was going through and trying to improve this. So here I was only getting 5674 of the tickers. So let's do some math really quick. 5674 divided by the total tickers was 12,770. So I was missing about 44% of the data. So I was able to get data for about 55% of the tickers. So let me put that here. Yeah, so I was able to get data for 55% of the tickers. I then, yesterday I was able to improve this. And the new method, I was getting 75% of the tickers. So an extra 20% of the tickers I got sector information for. But the key here is you can't have it for lots of tickers, some of them. A big thing is that since it's not including things that have been dropped out of the database, if I'm including 75% of tickers and 25% of those have dropped out, then it's going to create a severe survivorship bias in the model because the unknowns are going to normalize against each other, or I could drop them out and not normalize at all. Either way, I'm going to have a serious survivorship bias. So at the end of yesterday's stream, I got a much better model for this. So if you look here, if I get the number of unknown tickers, so unknown sector tickers, now there's only 849. So 849 out of 12,770. So I'll do 1 minus this. Now I'm getting about 93% of tickers. So let me put that here. And so this is a lot better. So today I'm going through, I'm going to try to get 100% of tickers. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. If I'm able to get the data, then I'm going to incorporate the sector information. I'm going to incorporate functions into my feature engine for normalizing to the sector. And I'm also going to create a feature in the feature engine for the sector. So 93%, I'll say improvement over 93% of sectors retrieved. So I just basically, there's these 849, I think it is. Yeah, 849 that it's still not working on. So I need to troubleshoot that and get that to work. If I'm able to do it in this stream, then I'll incorporate that into the model and we'll see how does this improve the walk forward analysis. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you think this is interesting, subscribe, like the stream. Hey, Furpo, how are you? Nice results you got today. Yeah, so Furpo messaged me in the Discord, so you should join the Discord. We talk about interesting things there. The last thing is go to the GitHub. The link's in the description. Check out the repository. Try to download it. Let me know how it works. Let me know how I can improve it. And it really helps me out if you star the GitHub, watch the GitHub, and follow me on GitHub. All that stuff helps me raise my coding profile. Helps me get jobs and freelance gigs. So with that said, let's get down to business. So real quick, I'm going to put a comment in the chat asking people to subscribe. copy, paste. Okay, and let me pull up the Discord actually real quick to see if anybody's messaged anything. Okay, so let's try to fix this. So I'm going to pull up Google Gemini Pro, and I'm going to say I have this code which retrieves tickers from the SEC Edgar database. Let me put my music in. And it's kind of warm. I'm going to take off my sweatshirt. Okay. So I have this code which retrieves tickers, sector information. Sector information from the SEC Edgar database for the tickers in my data I'm using to predict stock market returns. I need to return sectors for each ticker in my data. However, it is not working on these tickers. Are you able to determine what the issue is and fix the code? Okay, so there's that, and then let's give it the code. Work, stock market tool. Oh, stock market tool. Scripts. Oh no, data retrieval. Get sectors Claude 2. Okay, and let's wait for that to load, and then we could run it. And recommend me some music if you have any good music suggestions. I need something upbeat to listen to. And let's put these results in. So to document, let's say we want to pull things up. So sector DF, where sector is unknown. It's these expressions I never give that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Hey, Tane Chavit. Tanasia Shivam ST. Tanasia Shivamst. I started building my own research agent for stocks a week ago. How's it going? What have you found? What's the bottlenecks to your project? What's difficult? What's easy? You're using a research agent, but are you using teams of agents? And are you using, some guy commented in the stream, there's a new, what's that guy's name? Andre Karpathy introduced a new model this month called Auto Research. I guess it's just called Auto Research, but it's a pretty crazy thing. It goes through and basically you give it what you're trying to do and you give it a target, and then it will go through on its own and update a GitHub repository with code and basically test different models. It says it will try a new strategy every 5 minutes. You just have to set it up to run and have some computational power at your disposal. and it will basically run through the whole research process for you. I'm a little bit dubious because it seems like for AI, you need to really be precise in the things you want it to do. So I don't know what kind of things you could effectively train it. I'm dubious that it could really make a whole stock market tool from nothing, but maybe it can. So I don't know. That'll be something interesting to try, but I'm not going to get around to that until I have a really good model that I'm able to paper trade with. And once I start paper trading, that's going to take a month. So I'll have some time freed up. So I have 8 viewers now, which is a lot for me. So if you're watching, please like the stream, subscribe, of course. You could also go to the GitHub. I'm generalizing this tool so that not only I'm using it, but everything that I add is very general. So you're able to create your own tool for yourself, and you're able to define a universe of stocks, create features for a model, create a model and train a model, and then incorporate that into a portfolio. And you could do all of that in under 50 lines of code and test the model robustly. So if you're interested in that, check out this GitHub. The link's in the description, and it really helps me out if you start the GitHub, watch the GitHub, and follow me on GitHub. All those things really help raise my coding profile, helps me get freelance gigs, helps me get jobs, so I would appreciate it. And also join the Discord because we talk about all sorts of interesting stuff there. So let's see what it says. The issue stems from 3 main quirks in how SEC Edgar and Yahoo Finance process stock tickers and company names, ticker formatting, and SEC databases. Yes, special symbols aren't included, I know. Swapping special characters for hyphens. Okay, so I don't need to swap. Now let me make sure this is the right code. So I don't need to swap at Y. So get sector, resolve, CIK via company name. I don't need to account for weird symbols because I also have the company name in my data. So somewhere here I'm getting company name, load symbol name map, loads the symbols feather file, and load symbol name map. That's kind of a mouthful. Because I have which I am pulling, and load symbol. Using main agent to spin up sub agent, which will perform various calculations and predictions based on some financial expression like MACD. I just started off, so the learning curve is the bottleneck. Yeah, well, me too. When I started this at the beginning of the year, I basically knew nothing. I tried to do models like machine learning models for sports betting, but that was unsuccessful. And really, the bottleneck there was that there's no good data available. All of the good data they put behind a paywall, and it's really hard to access. Stock market's cool because there's all these tools like the SEC Edgar database I'm using, which are open source. But the most successful way for me to learn has just been asking the chat model, like, how do I do this? What's the next step? Okay, I've done this. How do I work on this? Anyway, cool project. Keep me updated with how it's going. I'd like to know. You should stream it on YouTube too, if you're working by yourself on your computer. Setting up a YouTube stream takes like 2 minutes. It's a little bit of a learning curve, I guess, to get started. But it's really not that hard. And once you get used to it, like I am, a YouTube stream takes literally. I just have to edit the name of the stream from yesterday, change the date, maybe change the name, maybe change something in the description. Although I haven't updated the description in like a week. Well over a week. So anyway, you should just stream it and tell me your YouTube name if you have one. I'll follow you. I'll subscribe. So when I'm doing load symbol name map, load symbol name map. Oh yeah, and also use the GitHub. Try using my GitHub. You could feed GitHubs to some AIs and say, implement this for, my analysis. Load symbol name map. And then, okay, so this is old. I don't need that anymore. And then I'm doing resolve CIK via company name. Once I have the company name, I'm getting the CIK from resolve, what is it? Resolve CIK via company name. Resolve CIK via company name. Once I have the company name, I'm getting the CIK. The CIK then gives me the sector. So the question is reevaluate. Reevaluate. Why am I not getting sector information for the given tickers? What is that? Sounds like there's a coyote outside. Alright, so let's see if it has an answer for that. Yeah, and if I'm able to get this, I'm really confident this is going to improve these results a lot. And remember, I don't need to improve it too much. I just basically need to squeeze a little bit more performance out of the information coefficient. I'd like to squeeze more performance out of the stability metrics, but even those could stay the same. I really need the information coefficient to improve, and not even that much. So, all right. So if we look closely at your logic, the reason your code is failing on these tickers is because of the symbol itself. It's because of a quirk, the root cause, Edgar's multiple matches. Many of your missing tickers have names. Because of this, your code hits this exact block and immediately gives up. That's not true. The word dropping fallback improved performance by a lot. So, resolve CIK via company name. So let's try this. We'll put this in. So I'm going to now say this is old, the old code. Let's comment this out. And this is the new code. Let's put that in. All right, now let's try to run it. And so what's the first one? So if I'm looking at the unknowns, the first unknown is AHC. So let's just test that. Test AHC is equal to 1. And then down here I'll say if, so here I'm going through each one. If I solved the problem here for ACC, that improved things. If I solved the problem for ADS, that improved things. Solve for AEB, that improved things. So here I will say if test, what is it? AHC is equal to true. I'm going to try to pull the sector for that. So here, not instead of AEB, we'll do AHC. And let me make sure that was saved. Yep, so let's copy this and put it in. So The code is still not resolving the sector for AHC. Reassess your solution and explain what the issue is. Here's the output. Hey, Josh. Yes, I am. I don't, maybe this is a little outdated, but I developed this strategy kind of last year, and when I was using, basically the chat models are messing things up. Also, somebody told me my day job's in physics, and somebody told me once, which I thought was really good advice, but again, maybe this is outdated because it's from 2021. But he said if you don't code the analysis yourself, you don't really know how it works, which I think is very true. At least I've taken that advice and it served me well over the last 5 years. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. If I'm not coding it, I don't understand it. So I'm just trying to incrementally code function by function. Maybe that makes it a bit slower. But as somebody who's written code manually for a really long time, just doing things this way feels like an exponential speed up. If I go back like a few years ago, it's like basically having software engineers working for me. So I'm happy with this. If you know any let me know what's a more efficient coding tool that you use. Agents or something, or you're using agentic coding. And while I have 9 current viewers, I'm going to say again, please subscribe, like the stream, go to the GitHub. The link's in the description. It really helps me out if you start the GitHub, watch the GitHub, and follow me on GitHub. Are you going to bed? Nighty night.
Night night. How's your stream going?
Pretty well.
Good.
Well, I'm not figuring anything out, but there's a lot of viewers.
I see you're talking to lots, or hear you talking to lots of people.
Yep. Love ya.
Night night.
All right, so, and then things like this, this is kind of complicated. Maybe I could just tell some agent, fix it, make it work, but, I want to understand, why is it not working? My previous solution effectively solved the multiple matches problem by parsing the HTML, but it introduced a new bug. Your company data provided A.H. Belo Corporation, Texas. The code progressively dropped words to search Edgar, stripping it down to AH, searching AH and Edgar, returns a massive list. It grabbed the first CIK because it found a match on just AH. Failed earlier in the loop because Edgar's search requires spaces between initials, and the normalize for Edgar function. Okay, smarter name normalization. Okay. I guess I could just, yeah. I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Hope it's stuck. Have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Alright, so first resolve CIK via company name. Oh good, it's just this block. for a long time. Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. VS Code. I know there's a lot of AI tools for VS Code. Also, I want to avoid paying for something. But if if you know a really good paid option, let me know that too, because I think at some point I'm gonna have to start paying. Just like to put that off for as long as possible. All right, let's see how this works. All right, let me make sure that was saved. Also, like stuff like this, the sector information for each ticker isn't easily available. So, and if it was easy to get from SAC Edgar, I think somebody would have written this code already and put it up for free. I would think. And since no one has, I'm going to put it up for free once I get it. Reassess. Before you write more code, so before you write more code, give me the SEC Edgar HTML query you think it's pulling up so I can look at the web page. This will help me. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Here is the output. You can tell that long-tongued liar. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the night rider. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Yeah, so for the 6 people watching right now, let me know a good song to listen to. I need some music. I'm trying to find something. I'm not getting in the zone yet though from any of these songs. Here's Post Malone. When Edgar sees a okay. Based on the code's logic, it starts with the full so blah 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 blah. So where is the okay. Watch out, oh watch out, oh watch out, yeah. That's my shout, that's my shout, that's my shout, yeah. Spinning, I'm spinning on my fucking pay. Oh. So you're saying I think you put a link in the previous because whenever you it looks like there's a missing message because it just says then type Gemini and you're done. So tell me what's like generally the web page you're saying to go to, because if you put a link in the description or in the chat, it YouTube blocks it. Double OT smoking OG. Did I do that one? Why'd I have a son? When I started balling, I was young. You got money. Alright, so the first 3 return nothing. Alright, pass 1, return nothing for each. Pass 2. I'm swagging on you. I'm balling, I have a son on you. Watch out, oh watch out, oh watch out, yeah. That's my shawty, yeah. Hey. Nothing. Commas in my hand, man. Bitch, I'm saucing, are you the salt? And no do no talk, and I'm jumping. Money Jordan. Okay, no matching companies. Sign into your chat GPT. Just search AI, OpenAI codecs and VS Code extensions. Okay. What does that mean? 25 MS. So is this 3.4 million, 4,000? Okay, this is the official one. What? It's already in here? So how do I use it? I never really figured out VS Code extensions. It's always been kind of confusing to me. I'll figure that out later, though. I gotta write it down now. You are better now, better now. Not around, not around. Okay. It's in the top right. Well, maybe I'll disable it and then put it back. Hey, Almond Gold. Nice. Thanks for tuning in. Almond Gold knows all sorts of stuff about AI. Almond Gold's the one who said that about the auto research. But yeah, maybe I'll disable this. Restart. I kind of remember somehow Alright, enable. Is it this? Yeah, I don't know. I'm baffled. But yeah, I don't want to spend the stream figuring out how to use it. So I'll leave that off for later. But that'd be really nice if I could figure that out. Okay, they've changed their name, but then historic, shouldn't it be historic? Top right. What, this dot? Yeah. I don't know. My VS Code, I've had it installed for like years, so it might be out of date too. I might have to just uninstall and reinstall it. But I really don't know what my issue is. We can bypass the HTML table, scraping entirely for the EFT's fallback, the SEC's EFT's endpoint. Furthermore, we need to ensure EFTs even if the company has changed names, it should still be somewhere under the SEC Edgar database in the previous name, since this database contains all filings. Is this the case, and does your code suggestion account for this? Yeah, of course. I would love some advice, especially from AI Pro. Anyway, so there's 13 people watching. Please subscribe. Please like the stream. That stuff helps me out. Also helps me if you go to the GitHub, start the repository, watch the repository, follow me on GitHub, and join the Discord. The link for all that stuff's in the description. Don't tell me to shut up, 'cause you know you talk too much. Okay, so let's see if this works. 'Cause I need to be saved too. I'm no good at goodbyes, but too stubborn to change. 80 proof in my veins. Don't fuck with me tonight. Heart, then you got it. Turns out that it wasn't what you wanted. Now I'm a goner. I want you out of my head. Alright. Okay. Very good. AHC is working now. So what else were we missing? Let's try AINV AKO.A. So I'll just call this if test unknowns. And then I'll do today's date. Your Barbie life doll, it's Nicki Minaj. You don't need a key to drive. What's today's date? 20. Oh, my computer's ahead. I'm on the West Coast. Thinks we're on the East Coast. Two-way still driving. Yeah, 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 yeah. Use anti-gravity for coding with Gemini. Simply connect your Google account and use everything from there. Okay, way more than what you are trying right now. I can guide you through your first tries if you don't want to mess up your progress. Copy your project and simply try out stuff. Yeah, well, that's what I'm afraid of, is if I'm using an agent. But then if the stuff's going to become, too big, I could just actually plug in this script, right? But I got an improvement. So I got that one which wasn't working. So I'll say test unknowns. What's today's date? The 23rd. So if test unknowns 0323 is equal to true, tickers is equal to AINV AKO.A AKO.B Oracle Money D. Alright, so let's see how these work, and if that's not working, what is it called? I need more notes. Where the hell did my notepad? All right, anti-gravity. Okay, thanks, Almond Gold. All right, so let's test these. So for, okay, then we could say here for ticker and tickers. And before that, we're gonna print \n 1 2 3 4 5 \n ticker, make this an F string, go down here and print another line. It's a VS Code fork with Gemini built in. Well, that's exactly what I am looking for. All right, so let's try these guys. Test unknowns 0323. Set that to 1, turn that guy off, and let's see how it does. Okay, so it's getting AINV, AKO.A. Uh-oh. Oh, because it's AHC, duh. So not HC, we want to get ticker. Okay, does this work? AINV is unknown still. All right, so what's that called? Anti-gravity. All right, so I'm gonna go grab a Pepsi real quick. I left it in the freezer. No sticky, icky, icky. Yes, I've lived a life that's full. Traveled each and every byway. And more. Yeah, much more than this. Shyway, this way or the highway. Okay, so I'm gonna say this code is still failing for so it passes on most of this stuff, but it fails for AINV. What is the cause of this? Look, give me. Thank you. Yeah, this has been a huge help. You know, I basically had given up on AI coding like last year because I was trying to code with ChatGPT, and then someone I work with is using some AI tool, and they fucked up the whole repository we were working on. Um, so I just thought, this stuff sucks. It's not going to work for code. But then in January, someone commented on my stream. They said, use Google Gemini Pro. And I was blown away because it's the first time AI actually worked for code. So, all this stuff, you guys are really helping me stay on top of everything. All right, so here it is. Only difference between you and me. Oh, did he get his feelings hurt? No. Yes, I've lived a life that's full. In every highway. But more. Yeah, much more than this. I did it my way. It go my way, shall way, this way or the highway. Yeah, isn't that? I mean, it's totally insane. I can't even believe the progress. I mean, basically AI solved coding. The question is what's going to be the limit to AI? I think it's all about robotics now cuz the coding stuff works so well. I was doing a robotics project and I have where is it? Oh, well, I don't have the microcontroller, but look, here's my you're going to see my desk which is a god awful mess, but here's the robot I was making. And basically, I designed it poorly. It's too flexible. It's flexing too much. But it's supposed to install optics setups. Basically, if you're in an optics lab, most of the time you spend is adjusting optics and setting things up. And it's a big pain in the ass. So if you could rapidly prototype that, I figure you could make money on that. All that to say, I had like a microcontroller I was using, and I needed to like write a routine to control the motors, and Gemini Pro just wrote the routine like that. So it's pretty crazy, yeah. And also it seems like in the AI race, OpenAI was way ahead, then Claude was way ahead, both AI companies. And then when Google, it was like in November, Gemini Pro came out, and it was like the new model, and it was like it blew away the other models. It became the best performing model, and I think all the AI companies freaked out because, how is Google going to be the best AI company? So, I think they really put the pedal to the metal, and probably the whole everyone was speculating that they were kind of like hiding their most advanced AI models behind closed doors, and it seems like probably they had this already and just released it when they saw Google was beating them. They went, Google can't beat us. It was like in a matter of days, ChatGPT released like a better version. Um, all right. So let's think about this. What was the? Okay, blah 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 blah. The failure for AI and V. Hey, Eargasm, how are you? Quite the name you have, and your picture, your profile picture fits. But thanks for joining. I'll show you what I'm working on in a sec. There's a model for DNA generation that solved guessing the rest of DNA strings or illnesses correctly without knowing what is going on, only by patterns. Yeah, I mean the amount of things it's gonna work for is crazy. And like I said, I work in physics, so I feel like if I could really get my hands on the AI models, I could kind of move way ahead and get a job anywhere doing physics stuff. Really, I want to work at the fusion companies. I think fusion is the coolest thing. If you could do fusion and do it right, basically you could have unlimited energy forever, and the fuel source is seawater. What's a cooler pitch than that? Um, okay, name change. Pass one failed on full name. Pass one. Oh yeah, let me show you real quick, Orgasm. What I'm working on. So, basically, here's the goals I have. First goal: beat the S&P 500 by a significant margin in all regimes. So it shouldn't just only work in certain regimes, and make money in all regimes. So, you know, if we're in a serious recession and the S&P 500 is going down, I don't want to beat it and lose money. I want to still be making money when the whole market's going down. And then I'm writing this in Python. So the second goal is create a generalized Python tool that anyone can use to basically perform this analysis. And probably you could just get a bunch of AI models to look through the code and try all sorts of different things and find something that works. This is the outline. So you have stock data. You don't want to use all the data. You don't want to use things like penny stocks or low volume stocks. That's going to mess up your data. So you want to isolate a universe of stocks. I have all tickers going back to 2011, so you won't have survivorship bias. Feed this into a model to predict returns. Once we get a model that's performing well on all metrics, feed that into a portfolio model, which will allocate money for you. This was the first really good model I found. It was blowing the metrics out of the water. I thought I had something really good. I went through and tested it every which way I could test it. And I found that, here it's performing really well. This is performing even better than the first model I gave when I put in the tests. But then I found that when I switch how I'm splitting the data, it's actually performing worse. So I had to go in and look at more at that. Originally, I was just doing one model for the whole data set. A more advanced thing to do is a walk forward analysis. So I implemented that here. Basically, you see I'm getting good for all metrics. Actually, the information coefficient to information ratio is still really high and above the threshold I'm looking for, even though you can see it really falls off here. But the information coefficient isn't quite as good as I want it to be. I need to squeeze a little bit more performance out of the model. I could do that by implementing fundamental data, but the problem with that is I don't have a good data source, and that's going to take a really long time to scrape. Better thing I can do is just implement sector information into the model. I'm just trying to squeeze a little bit more performance out of here. So my hope is that sector information will do this. I really think it will. And if that works, then I'll be able to start paper trading. Paper trade for a month, basically not using real money, just make the picks, account for slippage, things like that, put it all into an Excel sheet, track the progress, and if the model's still getting good on all these metrics, information coefficient, standard deviation of the information coefficient to information ratio, both on a daily and annual basis, and then the T statistic, then I'm going to make a portfolio model for this, figure out how to allocate money for the model, and then start paper trading. And sorry, that was for paper trading. Once it's paper trading, if it's still beating it on every metric, then I'm going to go live with real money. And the hope is that eventually, if I could get a model that works well enough, I could get quant firms to invest in the model, and get really like a lot of money to trade with. The typical thing is they give you like 20% of the profits. So if I have a model, they'll give you like $1 to $10 million to start out if your model's really good. And so that's kind of what I want to do. But who knows? Maybe that will go away because they don't need people. They'll just have teams of AI agents that they pay millions of dollars for, and they could beat everybody else in the market. So we'll see what happens. I'm still hopeful. Hopeful in the face of the Terminator revolution. I was watching the news the other day with my parents, and they have all these CEOs of drone companies on, and they're all talking about how we need to use, basically AI robots for warfare. And I was like, this is the beginning of Terminator. They're hosting a bunch of different Skynet CEOs. Anyway, it's kind of dystopian. All right, let's get down to business. So why is AINV failing? So yeah, getting the sectors I'm going through. Originally, I was only getting like 55% of I was only able to get sectors for 55% of the tickers. I improved it to 25% yesterday. And then in the final code yesterday, I improved it to I was improved from 55% to 75%. Now I'm at 93%, and I'm trying to close it out and get it for everything. Hey, Paprika. You just fucked up a code screen. Now to fall asleep to code to massage my wounds. What is a code screen? I'm not even sure what that is. What do you guys like better, Pepsi or Coke? I love them both. They're just different. I like almost every cola. They're all a little bit different. I like them all. Even Royal Cola. I need some good music to listen to, so let me know, what some good songs are. I'm listening to the same old songs every day. Uh, Babe, don't make a sound. 2 a.m. love, gotta keep it down, keep it down. Up with it, girl. Down with it, girl. All right, so let's see. Why is AI? So yeah, now I'm going through everything that's failing and trying to troubleshoot it. Oh, like a pre-interview online test. That's fine. You don't taste the difference between Pepsi and Coke, really? Everyone's so opinionated about it. Diet. Whoa, you don't. I'm a huge Diet Dr. Pepper man. I only drink diet sodas because when I was a kid, I didn't brush my teeth for 2 years. And that really fucked up my teeth. So now I'm really cavity prone. I've gotten a gajillion cavities. So no more sugar for me. My sugar days are over. I think this would then be the taste of Mexican Coke for. Yes. Well, everybody knows Mexican Coke's way better than normal Coke. Real sugar. But Europeans, I just found out. I thought the only type of like real sugar was cane sugar. I found out like last year that Europeans don't use cane sugar. It's all beet sugar. So if you have beet sugar Coke, that might be different from Mexican Coke because Mexican Coke's cane sugar. I don't know what Windrose is. What is that? Windrose. Oh, I thought that was a soda. It's a game. I try to not play games, they're too addicting for me. Last game I really loved was War Thunder, and I had to stop playing that. War Thunder and Red Dead Redemption and GTA, those are my favorite games, and they're way too addicting, so I get addicted to stuff too easily. One of my drawbacks. You think all cola tastes the same? Wow. You might be the only guy who thinks that. People are so opinionated. Everybody I meet, usually they hate Coke, but black people like Pepsi. I lived in Baltimore, and Baltimore's mostly black people, and they all drink Pepsi. And apparently, Coke only advertised to white people in like the 50s and 60s, and Pepsi saw the gap, so they advertised to black people, and they won the black market, at least in America. Oh, it's a. What does that mean? A dwarf metal band? It's all dwarves playing the band. Um, no matching companies. This is not a massive table, but okay. Waited on the thunder. There's Apollo. Yeah, I guess some of them are pretty different. I don't know. I guess this is vibe coding, isn't it? But whenever I think of people vibe coding, I think they're morons. So I try not to be a moron, but I guess this is vibe coding. So what can I do? What can a fella do? How we need to fix this. I'm not writing the code yet. Right now, the script finds any CIK. It assumes victory. The CIK. Okay, so implement this into the code. What? That sounds crazy, man. Oh, you're saying for song suggestions? I got a little confused there. All right, I'll go listen. I'm a little bit dubious. This sounds like the most niche thing I've ever heard of. What's a good song? I started coding really in like 2017, 2018. But I was really bad at it. I've taken two coding classes. One was JavaScript, and I could find all the answers on Chegg, so I never learned anything. I still don't know anything about. Oh no, not JavaScript. It was Java. So I still don't know anything about Java, and that doesn't even seem popular. But I fell in love with Python. I took a Python class, and so I just started coding everything in that. And I started out just on personal projects, trying to make betting tools for sports betting again, and everything failed. Um, yeah. So, yeah, and then I just lied about my coding experience when I was in college to get onto research projects, and then I learned a lot from that. And then that experience led right to my first job after college, where I was writing code for basically a shock physics research group. And then I got it. I switched jobs this last September. Now I'm working in it's they do some shock physics, but it's mostly plasma physics. And so I write some code, but my real job is working in the lab. My first job was all writing code. Then I started doing some research. And then my new job is almost all in the lab, which is good because I need the physical skills, especially as code's all getting automated away. Um, oh, okay. Let me try that. I thought the following was a band at first. Um, it's a hurtin'. Oh, no. Make. Tell me what a good Windrose song is. I don't. Oh, Diggy Diggy Hole. Okay. It's one of the top suggestions, so we'll see how it does. It does go pretty hard so far, I must say. It reminds me almost of Pirates of the Caribbean. The intro, at least. And now it's becoming. What is this? A flute came in? It's becoming more like Pirates of the Caribbean. Alright, let me paste this and then I'll try doing this in whatever that uh, coding version of VS Code is. I don't remember. So I'll call this old number 2. I'm honestly surprised. The album cover I thought was really off-putting, but this is good. Everything about this band made me second guess it, but you're right, this does go hard. Alright, so let's see if it works for this ticker now. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to create a handover markdown document. Yeah, honestly, I find like most like metal bands, like their cover art is off-putting. How the guys look like hairy and like ugly. No offense to you who's a fan of these guys, but I find it all off-putting. But I gotta say, this song goes hard. Oh, nice. Well, Bash is like one of the most useful things to know, to be honest. I'm really bad at Bash. But, sometimes it's useful to write a Bash script. I need to get better at it. So what the hell is that thing called? Anti-gravity. So I can keep working on this in anti-gravity. Yeah, so I haven't said this for a bit, but please subscribe, like the stream, go to the GitHub. The link's in the description. Download the code. You could try using this for yourself. Use some AI tool to automate your analysis. But you can create a universe, create a model, a really diverse, complex model, test it basically every which way you want to test it, and implement a portfolio strategy for the model. You can do all that in under 50 lines of code. So if you're interested in that, go to the GitHub, download it, try it out for yourself, and let me know what you think about it, how I can improve it, what would be useful to add. And you could let me know in the Discord. The link for that's also in the description. And it also really helps me out if you star the GitHub, watch the GitHub, and follow me on GitHub. Okay. I'm trying to get whoa, what the hell is it saying? Did I say that? Oh. This isn't a markdown document. Give me a document I can feed to anti-gravity. I want a file. I'm trying to finish this code to get all sectors from SEC Edgar. Yeah, it's good. I was just talking about this with a guy at work. And we were saying you need music that you can't really hear the words too easily. Because you get the emotion from the music without getting distracted. And if you're getting the words, um, if you're listening, I like listening to French music for that reason. All right, well, that's a text file, not a markdown, but whatever. Will it work? Not this link. Anyway, it should figure it out. I've reached the rate limit. All right, what if I download that? All right, whatever. I'll see if I can put a text file in. Maybe that will work. So let me pull up anti-gravity. Yeah, well, oh well, what can you do? All right. Start fresh. Solarized dark seems interesting. I guess I'll go with dark modern. Review driven development. Terminal execution policy request review. Strict mode. Provides the highest guarantees against possible vulnerabilities. It forces terminal browser and artifact execution policies to require your confirmation and provides additional safeguards at the cost of agent autonomy and iteration speed. It can be toggled anytime. Yeah, I'm going to start with this. Key bindings, normal, extensions. Yeah, give me Python. I don't care about this other stuff. I never use it. I can install it later if I want. So I'll sign in with my other account. So I have requests left. Oh, yeah. One step ahead of you. I just saw your comment. But yeah, I reached my rate limit. So please verify your account. So I'm using my other one. But at some point, I'm going to have to. Probably I'm going to have to pay for something because this rate limit stuff's driving me crazy. My phone number's been used too many times for verification. All right. I'll do a QR code. Just a second. This isn't the most interesting thing to watch, but I gotta scan a QR code. Okay. Well, I mean, why would the honestly don't are data centers running on oil? I don't know if they are. I feel like, I mean, maybe some of them are. There's that one that like made the headlines in Tennessee because it's like I think they're firing up coal plants to run AI too. But I feel like most AI doesn't run on oil, does it? Or is it? I don't know, man. What do you think about the Strait of Hormuz? It's pretty interesting, but I still don't see any way the strait's gonna open. The only way the strait opens, I think, in the short term is if the U.S. just completely pulls out and say we're not touching this anymore, and then we need to wait for like a month to pass, and then pressure's gonna grow on Iran, and if they don't open up the strait, they're gonna have every. I mean, is that even gonna happen? Because then they'll say, oh, we'll open the strait, but you need to pay us. I don't know. Apparently, they're already doing that. Come on, I'm trying to verify. Authentication successful. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. All right, here I am. I'm back. Depends how much of the grid runs on oil, though even things like uranium that power the grid need oil to be dug out of the ground. That's a good point. I keep trying to sign in. Why is it not working? Oh, whoa. Million things. Make sure that you download this app. Sign in. Do you want to allow this website? Okay, good. Here we go. Now I pay the price. In another life, I would be your girl. We keep all our promises. I'm basically Almond Gold. I'm trying to do. I'm afraid of having the AI mess with my code. So I'm just gonna limit everything. I'm trying to use everything as minimal as possible. Um, but I have a bunch of stuff for work that is if this is working, it will really speed up my work and it'll make me like the most useful guy at work. So yes, I trust the authors. It's me. Why does it want to access files in my documents folder? See, I don't trust this. What the hell's it up to? Um, all right. So we're going to say look at data retrieval. This is exciting. Um, you think America needs to deliver BB to Iran? Um, well, no comment because I don't want YouTube to shut down my channel, but um, uh, I don't think that's gonna happen. But no, that wouldn't be the worst thing, maybe, right? No, because then he'd get killed. We don't want anyone to die. That's what made killing the Ayatollah so bad. Is nobody should die. Um, I don't want anyone to die. Simply make a copy for it so that you can try it. Well, I'm willing to let it change just the script. Look at data retrieval slash get sectors. So it's called Claude because I was using Claude to write this yesterday. Get sectors Claude 2.py. I'm unable to get sector data for so will this run the code for me and then like look at the output? Oh, now it's getting AINV. All right, previously I was unable to get sector data for AINV. Now I'm getting it. I mean, yeah, actually the next step is just run it. So let's go to, this is crazy. Let's go to, what is it? Get sectors Claude 2. Let's take off this guy, change it to 0. Turn on get all, save it. You can drag and drop files into the chat window. Yeah, but then that'll give me like a million each, if I put a file in there, won't it be like a gajillion tokens? And can't it already see the files? Oh, learn more. That's what I want, Gemini 3.1 Pro. What is this? Is the current model selecting a model? Oh, yeah, it's okay. It's Gemini 3.1 Pro. Good. Okay, did I change things? Yep, save. Let's run it. All right, and let's see, are there any sectors I'm getting unknown for? Okay, no unknown there. ACY, it was having trouble, and then it works. Oh, it's just pointing to it. Same as typing out the name, but faster and also clearer intent with path and everything. Well, that's way easier. Hey, engineer. Engineer, just the type of person I want viewing my stream. Thanks for tuning in. What kind of engineer are you? Alright, I need to watch this. Make sure that it's not giving me any unknowns. This is the part of me. ADX is working. AEE. AEE. Oh, AEF. Alright, it's trying to find it. This is the part of me that you're never gonna ever take away from me. Alright, I'm actually gonna give it this file. And is this file working properly? I'm concerned it's going to find the SIC for the wrong asset and give me the wrong sector. This will mess up my model. Make sure this isn't happening. Yeah, so if you just tuned in, please like the stream, subscribe, go to the GitHub, you can download it, and you can create a universe for your data, train the model on the universe, do robust testing of the model. You can implement every price feature and target that you could possibly want. And then you can incorporate into a portfolio strategy. You could do all of that in under 50 lines of code. So if you're interested in that, download the code, try it out for yourself. Don't forget to star the repository, watch the repository, and follow me on GitHub. Also, join the Discord. The link for all that's in the description. Copy the log out of the terminal or only a part of the log and tell Gemini what you're trying to achieve. Okay. Well, the AFB. Gotta make sure there's not unknown for anything. The sticks and stones throw your bombs and your blows, but you're not gonna break my soul. Alright, working so far for everything. Gather information about the repo inside the currently open working directory. Okay. Man, dude, thanks, Almond Gold. I'm just gonna copy that and put it right in. Copy. And let's put that in. What is this? Waiting. Run command. Yeah, I don't, I'm kind of confused on that. I'm just gonna give it the thing you told me. I'm not able to understand what you're doing, but one day I will definitely understand. I've just given my 12th standard board exam a few days ago, and I am thinking, what does that mean? A standard board exam? What is that? That is useful. Oh, okay. Abort or reject. Anyway, yeah, what is that? What's a standard board exam? Through my head, running through my head, running through my head. Running through my head, running through my head, running through my head. This is not enough. Alright, so are there any unknowns? Good. Good. So far, so good. There aren't any unknowns. Alright, so I'm going to let this run and I'm just going to watch it as it runs. Indian education. So hold up, you have to take 12 board exams to become an engineer or what? I work with a bunch of Indians. I'll ask them about it. But yeah, 12 exams to become an engineer sounds excessive, don't you think? I guess I could start. Oh, this guy's still thinking. Running through my head, all the things she said, running through my head. Enough. This is not enough. All right. Actually, you said you didn't understand what I'm doing, so let me go over it real quick. We've got time since this is running. Looking at me. AWP is resolved. So it's now working for everything, but it's taking a long time to resolve the unknown things. Okay, good. Oops, where did it put that? Agents.md. So how can I view the markdown version? And I've constructed implementation plan to patch. All right, proceed. You can open the plan or proceed directly. Um, all right, so we have agents. Where is the implementation plan? I don't even see the implementation plan. It is not done. This is the file. I'm honestly confused. Where's the implementation plan? I guess I have to accept the changes. We found love in a homeless place. Found love in a hopeless place. Alright, not in there. Not in there. Run command. So it'll either say match or bad match. Okay, I'll run it. So the output's going to be here. Python command not found. So now it's going to fix that? I'm honestly so confused. Oh, it's a temp file, so it won't save. That's good because I don't want it to save. But I gotta let it go. Run command. I'm confused on what is happening here. Explain to me the high level logic of what you're doing. To become an engineer in India, one has to take a degree from an engineering college. Yeah, like the what is it? IEEE. That's like the Indian, right? What are the big Indian institutes? It's like, oh, IIT is what I'm thinking of. So you go to IIT, or is there a different engineering college? Oh, you've completed your 12th exam. But why did you have to do 12 exams? It seems like so many. Anyway, congrats. Everyone, congrats, engineer. He even has the name engineer. Now he's going to be an engineer. So what school are you going to go to? What school do you want to go to? Oh yeah, I said I was going to explain what I'm up to. Real quick, let me, so this is looking through a gajillion things. BFK is financial services. So this is taking way longer now. But anyway, let me go over. So here's what I've done so far. So I started out, the goal is to make money from the stock market, right? The prompt is now queued because you have to all accept all. I am vain. So this is just running commands in the terminal, right? It's not changing any code. Is this the case? I will run. I won't try. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the goal is to make... So here are kind of the cleanly defined goals I have. First goal is to beat the S&P by a significant margin in all regimes. So I don't want it to just work on, if there's... Oh, and make money in all regimes. So if there's a recession, I don't want to beating the S&P and still losing money. I want to be making money. If we're in a big bull market, I don't want to be just beating the S&P, by a little bit. I want to be beating it by a significant margin. Oh, slash reject. I already accepted. I'm /reject. Okay. I'll let that run while I talking about this. So that's my first goal is basically make money in all regimes via voice. I cannot write all this in the YouTube chat. Okay, how will that work? Discord? Let me go to Discord. Oh, but I don't have it on my phone, so should I download it? I mean, I can't do it on the computer, really, right? App Store. I can't fall. I can't fly. I will never be the same without. There are buttons? Buttons for what? Blue button inside the chat history window. Oh, on Discord. Yeah, but then I need to download it on my phone really quick. Because I don't think I could do it on the computer because the whole stream doesn't want to listen to this. Unless you're okay with that, in which case I don't mind. The whole stream could listen to you, but you might not want to share this with YouTube. Okay, don't send me notifications. Maybe later. Okay, so what do I do? Blue button inside chat history window. Okay, I see almond gold. Blue button. Oh, voice call? I'll do a voice call then. Start call. Let's see if it works. I'm alone. Okay, I'll see if you join. Yeah, and so then I'm writing all of this in Python. Oh, well, I'm already on my phone. I'm already doing the call on my phone. But that's good to know for next time. Probably that would be more entertaining for the chat. Maybe I should just do it. Hey, Almond Gold. Hey, can you hear me? Oh, it's not working. Change audio output. Headphones. Hello. Yeah, I don't. Maybe change audio input. No, my mic's on. Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, so yeah, so then I'm writing all this in Python, so I'm generalizing things in a GitHub. Oh, okay. And so yeah, then anyone can use this. Oh, hey, can you hear me? I can hear you. I heard your voice for like a split second. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. It says my mic's on. Let me try it on my computer. Okay, I'm gonna hang up. And let me go on Discord here. So, oh, where is it? Inbox. Okay. Join. This will be more entertaining for this stream anyway. Oh, unmute. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Yeah, this isn't working for some reason, I think. I could hear you though. Just tell me what to do. I can hear you. Oh, let me say. I can hear you. If you talk, I can just follow your instructions.
I see that it should work, but it's not working. I have to look why.
Oh, that's okay. What about just try talking? I could follow your instructions.
I think it's a setting in Discord.
Oh.
Yeah, it's set to the wrong. Sorry, it's my fault.
No worries. No
Okay,
worries.
so now I hear you.
Oh, good. All right, nice.
Yes, nice. If you could share your screen via Discord because the YouTube is delayed like a minute or so. That's also the cause for the delayed messages
Oh, oops.
and for the confusion.
I'm sharing the window.
Yes, nice.
Okay, let me stop that, and then I'll share my whole screen. Share this screen. Okay, nice. Can you see it?
Yes, red screen right now.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. I forgot what I was confused on. I'm kind of confused on generally what it's doing.
Yeah, okay. I can if you can open it in the because right now I can only see the Discord window.
Oh, I think it might be like sending too much internet because now it says we've paused. Oh, they've paused my preview only.
Okay. I see it. I see it again.
Okay, nice.
Okay, so like it's like the normal 3-layer or 3-panel layout you know from any other app or like the coding apps. On the left side you have the Explorer. In the middle you have the editor where you can edit your files directly, and where you also can view the plans and whatever Gemini is trying to edit. You can view the plan file. You see where you have your mouse right now.
Yeah.
On the top, you see that agents.md is open,
Yep.
and left of it is implementation plan.
Wait, just a sec. Left of it is implementation plan. Oh, yeah.
On
Yep.
the top, where the tabs are, yes. And if you open that, this is the implementation plan that you have approved before, and that's why it tried to bash the code and the Python scripts to test what is wrong and to test how it could get around that.
Okay, nice.
And
Yeah, I think that
and
basically helps me. I was looking for the files over here in the left, but since they're temp files, I guess they're not present, which is good.
yeah, the agents.md file is written now, and this is also you have accepted it before, like that was the accept all button you hit.
Yeah.
And that was why the file was green before and is now not green anymore. You can see the diffs directly in the file editor. So if Gemini changes anything, you can in the center panel see the diffs, and then can go accept this diff. Then it goes to the next one. It shows it directly, like for everything it deleted it and everything it puts in, and you can just like go through everything or accept everything at all
Yeah, that
at
makes
once.
sense. Wait, so
Yeah.
will the diffs will pop up here in agents.md or on the right?
No. They will pop up in the individually files, and they will be in a state of review for you.
Oh,
So only if you go accept this diff, it will be written in the file.
okay, good. But I don't think I have any diffs right now. So then it's basically like Git. It's like I'm using. There's other coders basically. It's acting like another contributor.
Yeah, but no. Git is yeah, it's another layer of, but this is for like every task you give, like every prompt you give in, It simply tells you what it would do, and you can like go, okay, I want this, or this is the wrong direction, or whatever.
Okay.
And you have to push to Git then manually. Or you can hook a script that does it automatically after everything you achieved or whatever. But this is not something that uh, um, I don't know the English term for it. Uh,
Yeah, that's fine.
it's not an alternative for Git.
What's your native language?
German.
German. Oh, I was gonna say if it was French, maybe that I could know it, but I don't know any German. Other
Yeah.
than Guten Morgen. Um,
Yeah. Guten Morgen to you.
and Ich bin ein Berliner. Um, okay, so I'm gonna try
Yeah.
it out real quick. I'm gonna say add something to this, which prints done at the end.
You still have like on the right side, the whole thing is the chat window, and you still have the blue button where you have to reject or run the command it queued before. That's why no chat is appending to the history right now, because you still have to reject or approve the command
The one
it
here
tried
where
to
it
run
says
before.
install.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go back to that.
No. The quality is, yeah, it's like it's okay. Like I think the quality is not the best right now. I can't really see what's written there.
Oh, okay.
But if I go wait, I go back to YouTube, because you didn't change the screen so much. I can yeah. Yeah, he the command timed out above.
Okay, so I
And
can
the
just
send
close
all,
this.
yeah, the send all is like you had this queued, and the send all is like chatting it. You can just queue your thoughts and whatever. It will not interrupt the agent's work. It will just be queued, and you can send it whenever it is done.
Okay, so let me try sending this, and I'll see. I just want to test the. So it should generate some diff here, and then
Yes.
I can choose to accept or decline.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Thanks. This is a big help because otherwise the learning curve would be too much, and I would just go back to what I'm comfortable with. But I think having a tool like this, which is in the code, is going to really make things way faster.
And for any future operations you do, like what I told you in the chat, like the gather information about this project and write an agents.md file. This agents.md file is loaded every time you open a new session. So you don't have to prompt every time what you are about to do, what you want to do, and what your like steering or direction of work is, what your principles are. You even can edit it and write whatever you like into it.
Yeah, that's way better. Um, that's way more efficient because yeah, otherwise I have to tell it every time I go onto the when I'm using the web page.
Yeah. And like if it's named this like agents.md, it will get loaded also from via Codex and Claude and everything. Claude has another format called ClaudeMD, but it's the same. They also load the agents.md.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so I have to figure out which one I want to pay for. Um, oh, okay, so here it is. It's made some other changes. That must have been from before.
Yeah, if you want to start afresh, it's because you approve the plan, and it was written in the plan that this is stuff that he needs to do. You could reject all on the right side. On the right side in the
Oh,
chat, on the
nice.
bottom above the chat input, it's reject all.
Yeah, I just did
And
that and it all went away.
Yes, and then you can open a new chat window. I can't see the top of your, or can I? Yeah, I can. Where the plus is,
Yeah, I can
like
see
top
that.
right. Okay, and then you like copy paste the last thing in again. And if you want to like be fast for now, switch from planning to execution mode in the below the where you also can exchange the model, because right now you are in planning mode, and this will at all times execute the planner and show you the plan before anything happens. For something like this, something like add print function at the end of this file or whatever, you don't need a plan. Like this is trivial.
It's very simple, yeah. So this should then just write it in, and there's no reject or accept.
No, it's there isn't. You are still you still need to accept everything because you set it to the restricted mode, but there is no planning phase.
Oh,
There is no plan that will be presented to you
no
before
implementation
any
at all.
action happens. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And because we are just adding a function that prints done, like
Yeah.
I would exchange shows for done, but I think it's working or it will work. Yeah, and you, as I said, you can always go back with reject all, and if
Good.
this
It'll.
happens sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but it also can be that the quota is empty. I don't know. Um, and you can try to select other models because they all have different quotas.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like if I do, well, I guess this low I've never seen that before. But Flash, you could do as much as you want. I think maybe it's limited still, but yeah, yeah. I have
Yeah,
more requests, but it's not as good. Anyway, thanks. I think
yeah.
that gives me a good overview of how to use it. I'm gonna get back to trying to get these sectors then.
Okay, and the print done is also working.
Yeah, yeah.
I can see it
Thank
in the
goodness.
YouTube. Yeah.
All right.
So this is it. I would advise you to make the right side, the right panel a bit smaller. So you have like 25, 50, 25 or something. And you can also use Cloud Opus 4.6 inside here for free, instead of you need to pay for it. But also it's a limited quota.
Okay. Hey,
And it
that's
resets
terrific.
every 5 hours and then like on a weekly basis. But that's like normal for every, like it's the same for Codex, it's the same for Claude, and they want you to pay your ass off to get more out of the 5 hours.
Yeah, yeah. That's always how it goes. But do you have a recommend? What model do you think is best?
Oh, um, like I really uh, I use a mixture out of all because they all excel
They're good at
at.
different things.
Yeah, it's like I'm using. I can tell you, it's like it's really simple. And the like the hard part is to automate it all and have it like yeah, like not you have to manually switch clients or whatever. But the setup I use is Opus 4.6 for planning and coding execution,
Mm-hmm.
but Codex for like research and checking the plan. Like, is this whatever Opus has written? Like, is this really the way to go? Is this the intent of whatever I have written? Is this the way to go in 2026? And so on. And after the plan is checked, I give it back to Opus, let it code, and everything that is interface related, like a front end user interface, I give to Gemini because it's best at that.
Okay, thanks. That is amazing advice. So, that's gonna put me way ahead, I think.
Yeah, and yes, that's what I do.
Good. Well, thanks. That's really a huge help. Thanks for taking this call and helping me out. Uh, yeah, because it is very helpful. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Anytime.
I'm gonna
If
get
you
back.
have any questions, you can write me in Discord, and I'll be happy to help.
Good. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That this has been super helpful. It's probably the best thing YouTube is good for is instead of hitting my head against the wall by myself, people like you help out. So yeah, this is exciting. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. And I wish you all the best on your journey.
Thanks, thanks. Have a good rest of your. I guess it's morning there, so have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, yeah, it's 7:33. But
Jeez.
I'm a nights person. I'm a nights
Oh, you're
person.
oh,
I'm going to bed
lunchtime
soon.
then.
Yeah,
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day.
yeah,
Adios.
yeah. You too. Take care.
Man, that was tremendous. What a help. So now I know how to use this. This is still running. Yeah, yeah. So, all right. So here we go. Write a plan for checking my sector information. I need to know that it is actually returning the correct sector for the stock. I'm concerned that I'm getting the sector. Okay, so since the code is what's the code doing? Since the code okay, so when the code has trouble finding the SIC, I need the SIC to get the sector. This is difficult when the ticker, if you want to plan, go back to planning mode. Also, if you want to start a new task, start a new session. Okay, good. So I don't, adding done is complete. So let's start a new session. Thinking, I need to go back to planning mode. Oh, right. Okay, so here's what I'm saying. I need SIC to get the sector. This is difficult when the ticker has been delisted. When the code has trouble finding the SIC, it looks for all possible it looks for all possible company names which could match. Therefore, I am concerned that I might be getting the sector for the incorrect company. This would ruin my model. Both for yeah, I don't need to say that. This would ruin my model. Create a plan for testing that this code is working, is getting the proper sector information for each ticker in my data. Okay, then let's give it the code. This is definitely way more efficient. All right, let's listen to some music. End with thinking first. Oh, I'm gonna write that down because that's I should always say that. One step requires input. All right, so let's see what it says. Read the full script. It uses 5 strategies to resolve tickers to SIC sectors. Strategy 4 is the risky one. Reading it and getting the current logic. Now let me look at the existing tests. Checking existing tests and data files to inform the verification plan. Let me look at the existing sector data and tests to understand what's already captured. So import data. So what's that going to do? Import pandas, pull the sector info data, print it. All right. What's that look like? Oh. Reject. You need to activate the condas environment base to do this. I don't have pandas installed otherwise. Oof. Good. So now it's trying to do a new command. df equals pd.read feather. So what's the difference here? Okay, so it's loaded and wow, so it'll just run commands and assess the output. The feather file has permission errors, but I've resolved enough context. Let me now check. So what it looks like now, where's this guy at? Oh, we're only at 7%. So it's going to take forever, but it doesn't really matter if it takes forever. What matters is that it works, and it could take a whole day to run. What matters is that I have the sector information. Hmm. Oh, well, yeah, that's because it's the old sector information. So before I really troubleshoot this, I need to, yeah, I don't need that implementation plan. The command is feeding the output to the model, the only way to have exact test results. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna need to let it run, basically do this whole thing again. And anyway, it's 11:43 p.m. So I'm gonna let this run. You know, this is only at 7% or maybe 8%. So after this, I'm gonna let this run overnight. It should finish by the morning, and then I'll get into this testing for tomorrow. So I think I'll be able to have all sectors. It looks like it's returning everything. So then I need to get into testing it for tomorrow. Um, so this stuff doesn't really apply because it's looking at the old sector information and trying to correct. But right now I'm getting the sectors. The problem is the bottleneck here is this is taking a really long time to run. So that's going to be it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Thanks to Almond Gold, the big helper, who got me using this way more advanced code tool. I don't even know what to call it. I guess this is coding in. Previously, I've just been coding on the internet. Several people have told me, code using. Oh, what am I doing? Why did I pin that? Anyway, there's some comment I want to pin, but you have a million almond gold. Yeah, everybody's been saying, stop coding, stop using AI via the web browser and instead use it in your code editor. And the problem is I couldn't figure out how the hell to do that. I guess probably more than anything because I'm lazy. Um, and Almond Gold helped me get set up with this. So I'm going to let this run overnight. Tomorrow I'm going to use this to test it. If the tests are working well, I'll be able to incorporate the features into the feature engine. And that's going to really improve my model a lot. Uh, Basically, this is how my model's doing. I had a really good model. Like maybe a week and a half ago. It turned out I found out Friday night that it's actually not that good. It was missing the metrics. I did a walk forward analysis and I found that I don't need to do anything crazy to the model. I just need to squeeze a little bit more performance out. And so I think adding the sector information, not only will that give me a new feature to implement, it's going to allow me to normalize the features according to the sector and the target too. And those two things will give me a significant improvement to the model, and I think it's going to let me squeeze out the performance I need. And so if that is the case, then I'll be able to start paper trading once this is working. If the paper trading's successful for a month, then I'm going to go live with the model. So thanks everyone for watching, and special thanks to Almond Gold for helping me get set up. That was extremely helpful. Um, and so subscribe if you thought this was interesting. Go to the GitHub, download it, try it out for yourself. Let me know how I can improve it. Star the GitHub, watch the GitHub, follow me on GitHub, and join the Discord. We're going to be talking about interesting things there. So thanks a lot for watching. Have a good rest of your night. Adios.